sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Just go forward. So what do you need to do?
Welcome and hello, good afternoon, good morning.
What you need to do is be that person that's different and it's bigger than you think. Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenix that you are.
Always appreciate you guys being here. I want to talk today a little bit, Blake's partner program, high performance calls, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern, all that stuff. Now, there was a story I heard the other day, and it's something real simple, but so a couple of parents are at, Saturday morning soccer match with their kids, and they're watching the kids play, and one kid dribbles down, avoids a couple of defenders, shoots and scores a goal, and everybody's freaking out. Everybody's congratulating him, and everybody's doing awesome, and great job, way to go. And one dad looks over to the father of the child, and the dad's just kind of sitting there waiting, not freaking out, not doing much. And he thinks, man, it's another one of these parents. Nothing's ever good enough. He's going to find some reason to fault them. And, after a little bit, he kind of nods to the kid, and the kid comes over and he says, good job. How'd you do that? He says, well, I did this. And he goes, no. I avoided the goalie, and then I went left and I shot. And he says, no. Before that, how were you able to do that? What did you do? And after, a few seconds, the kid starts thinking, well, it's the hustle and the work and the practice and all my effort and all of those days that you and I come out and we're practicing. He says, yep, exactly. Good job. And sends him off, and he continues playing. And the other dad comes up and he says, man, that's great. I love that you did that. Like that parenting moment, that teaching moment, that's fantastic. He says, that's really the best way to teach. You have these moments where you score the goal, but it's everything leading up to it. It's all of those little moments, those little bits of effort that'll put you in that position, right? Lynn, congratulations on that first sale. But yesterday, and you getting that first sale, it wasn't that sale that got you there. It was all of this effort that you've done, all of the stuff that you've overcome, all of the hassles that you've dealt with, everything that you did to put yourself in a position to be able to do that. For all of you guys launching, obviously that first sale is important. That's a great milestone. Getting to, your first $100 day, getting to the first time where you generate so much in a month. Those are all fantastic. But it's all of the work that you do each and every day that gets you there. Right? So that kind of goes hand in hand with why I've been giving you guys monthly challenges. And so I wanted to kick this month off with that. I want to give you guys today what the challenge is going to be for the month. Now, for some of you guys that are new, you're kind of going, what are you talking about? Well, I've got a Skype group, and Chris, if you can drop the link into the chat. Some of you guys, I think just about everybody's in there. Maybe missing a couple of you guys. If you want to join, great, go ahead and join. There's a bunch of people that are in there. Some are much more active than others, and that's great. And if you want to be one of the people that's totally active and you're posting all the time, by all means. And if you want to be one of the people that's just kind of reading other people's successes and what they're doing and their daily tasks and their to-dos and the obstacles that they're overcoming, everything else, that's fine too. But this is also where I'm going to post content, and I post slides, and I do other things like that. Now, what we've been doing for, I think going on 7-8 months now, thereabouts, is monthly. I give all of us a challenge, and I'm going to do it right along with you guys. And it's something to do a little bit each and every day. Now, there's a reason that we do that. Okay. So there's a couple of reasons why we do a monthly challenge. It really is one of the perfect amount of times to do a self-improvement challenge. It's long enough to make it something part of your routine, but it's short enough that it's not going to be overwhelming. Everyone can see my screen. Yeah. We're good. Okay. So back to what I was saying a second ago, scoring the goal, big goals, dreams, it's all the tiny little choices. One of my favorite quotes from James Lawrence, Iron Cowboy, the ability to deal with the day-to-day monotony is an underappreciated superpower. The ability to control yourself and your actions and utilize your will and motivation to get something done each and every day is a superpower, ladies and gentlemen. And so when we give you a challenge that's a monthly challenge or something a little bit longer, the reason for that is so that each and every day you can learn some. So the next 30 days are going to pass one way or another. The next month, obviously February is a little bit shorter, but this is what we're trying to do. So really the reality is you can do just about anything. Now I'm going to give you a couple of things. This is kind of how I see this challenge going. Obviously you are free to make your own adjustments. Here's what I'm going to ask though, as I always do. If you adjust things, don't make it easier just for the sake of making it easier. Because some of you guys do that. Well, I mean, that really is a challenge. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to give you any kind of challenge that's going to be too much here. This one's going to be pretty straightforward. And I think it's something that can help you personally and in your business, 100%. Okay. Not just because you learn to control yourself a little bit more and you are putting in that discipline, but here we go. Okay. So number one is you're going to learn how to meditate. Now if you do this already, that's great. You're going to keep doing it. And then you're just going to add in the second part. If you already do this, then expand it a little bit. If you're not currently doing it, then you're going to start adding to it. Okay. 2, 5, 10, 20 minutes a day. I don't care how long it is. You're going to start doing something. Okay. Find a space, sit with your eyes closed, breathe, learn how to do all of that. We're going to get into, and I think we have a couple people that do a lot of this, but we'll talk about this month. We'll talk about different ways of doing this over the next couple of days, especially because we want to begin doing this the right way. You can Google this. You can get on YouTube. There are apps that can help you, but meditation. So each and every day, you're going to meditate a little bit. Can everybody handle that? Can I get an amen, a hallelujah? All hands on deck. Everybody's going to do this. Yes, yes. All right. Good. I know a couple of you guys are just sitting there just going, whatever, and that's cool. Everybody else is going to do it. And the rest of us are going to grow and better ourselves. Now, here's what you're going to do. And hopefully, guys, you do this almost immediately following your meditation. And your mind is clear. Now, you may need to do a brain dump ahead of the meditation. We've talked about that before. Just sit down, pen and paper, use your, talk to text on your phone or your voice memo or whatever. Do a brain dump, get rid of as much as you can of what's in your head so that you're able to actually sit and meditate a little more. But next is going to be, you're going to learn how to be an idea machine. We're going to increase our creativity. Every day, we're going to write down at least 10 ideas. Now, they could be ideas about anything, a business, garden, the better mousetrap, content, right? Like this is the place, because a lot of you guys go, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to do. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. And we talk about all the things that we don't know. Here's where you learn. Here's what you're already going to be doing. Okay. You're going to sit down and you're going to write ideas for your business, ideas for partnerships, ideas for, mentorship, ideas for exercise, ideas for a new recipe, an idea for a Christmas card. Gentlemen, it's February. We have this thing coming up in 2 weeks that you should start becoming creative with ideas to help you in 2 weeks if you're in a situation where that would be beneficial. Yes? Good. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then it's Valentine's Day, at least here in the United States. And guys, if you're international and you're not in the US, you should still give your significant other something on that day and say, guess what? They're celebrating it there. And I figured I just wanted to celebrate you today, honey. It'll be helpful. So here's what you need to do, right? Too many of us say, like, I don't feel like I'm super creative. I don't. I never have. I can sit though, and I don't care what topic you want to talk about with marketing, and now we're doing personal growth and other things, and I can go on tangents and I can come up with ideas, and I can look at headlines and creating that and doing that from practice. This is a chance to practice your creativity, to get deeper into certain subjects. And if you're kind of wondering how you do that, get on Google and, for your first creativity thing, ideas, look up other people's ideas, write those down. And then come up with your own version in your life, something that you can apply to those ideas, right? Use the internet, use other people. But this is a month we're going to work on calming our spirits and allowing our brains to become more creative, right? Like Chantel talks about, filling up our balloons in a positive way, deconstructing and reconstructing. And I don't know if that's at all what she meant when she was talking about transformational, but you guys understand what I'm saying, right? So, like what she's saying here, you listen to most of the teachings, right? Different subjects, meditate for a little bit. So do your brain dump, sit down and meditate, look at a few things. And then now we've got, like she's saying, you're priming the pump. So meditation and then creativity. I would do the two back to back. And honestly, guys, this could be a 5 to 10 minute exercise each and every day. That doesn't have to take a ton of time. Okay. But that is your challenge, to do that every day this month. It is the first. So I'm going to cut this short right now. I want you guys to go do that if you haven't already. If you've done the meditation, I'd say do another 5 minutes and then sit down and come up with some ideas. If you're struggling to come up with ideas for content, this is a great time, right? Real easy to do this, okay? Any questions on this challenge for this month? And if it becomes too easy, expand it. You don't have to go, oh, this isn't enough for me. Find something that you need to add to it to make it more of a challenge. You know yourself better than I do. So figure out what that needs to be. Okay. Some of you guys are starting with, you're doing daily content. Some are looking at, podcasts or videos. Come up with 30 ideas, instead of 10 ideas a day, try and do 20. Do 10 ideas with one subject. Do something like that. Find ways to increase whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. Questions on meditation, questions on ideas. I love that my buddy of mine just popped in here. And now his audio's on. Okay. So February challenge, one more time. This is what we got, guys. Every single day you're going to meditate. So 5, 10, 20 minutes, whatever it is. Decide how much time you need and meditate. And then add to that if you're already doing it. And then we're going to turn ourselves into idea machines. So every day, write down at least 10 ideas. If you want this to really push yourself, then try to pick the same topic for the whole week and come up with 10 different things about that you need to learn, that you are interested in, that you can expand on, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. All right. Chantel, did you have a question? You had the time up or hand up?
So what I'm learning with another coach is that it depends on your goal for the idea machine. If your goal is to rewire your brain, make it super simple and consistent.
Yep.
So it's not the number of ideas, but if each day you say, I'm going to find 2 new ideas a day, you are more likely to succeed than pushing yourself to greater numbers, because you'll give up because it becomes too taxing. So that's what I've learned, and I find it's very effective for me. The ridiculously simple and consistency. That's it.
Yep.
And if I do 2 ideas a day, I can do it. It's like, okay, I'll start with 2 push-ups a day.
Well, implementing is kind of that next level, right? So if we come up with some ideas and then implement them, that's kind of that next level. For this particular one, in my mind, it is simply, I just want people becoming a little more creative. We have too many people, too many times I talk with you guys and there's like this, I can't come up with an idea about blah. And part of it's just because you're not allowing that creative side to grow, right? Or it's just like a muscle. It has to be exercised. So it should be a little bit of a challenge. Now, implementation is that next level, right? Implementing 10 ideas is going to be too much. Absolutely. It'll stretch you thin. Part of this is just the creativity side. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into this over the next couple of days. I'm going to do a little bit on meditation. We're going to do a little bit more on creativity and expanding that. And so I'm not disagreeing at all with what Chantel's saying. Like if the 10, like push yourselves, guys, but if coming up with 10 is too much of a struggle, like if you get to 8 and you just can't think of anything more for that particular day, or you get to 5 or whatever, okay, stop, regroup, come back to it, dive on it the next day. The whole point of this is consistency, right? Doing something to stretch yourself each and every day.
And you're right about the meditation. If you do it right after the meditation, you've cleared your mind.
Exactly.
So it opens it up to a whole bunch of things, and you can get downloaded during your meditation. All of a sudden ideas will start dropping. It's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Make sense for everybody? All right. dive into it. Let's get started. We're going to jump on this and continue a conversation over the course of the next couple of days. I'm going to post these inside the group chat. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I am going to have, I'm just confirming the day for someone that's an amazing entrepreneur, but has been pushing a lot and talking with a lot of experts in the metaverse. And I just think it's a cool thing that's going on right now. So I'm going to bring him in I know nothing about it for the most part. So I'm going to bring in an expert to talk about it a little bit.
Sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Just go forward.
Go. On that note, appreciate you.
How do you stand out? So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger than you think. Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenixes that you